What's up, everyone? Ben Yurcisin here. I'm here with the founder of Introstars, Mike Adams. We're sitting at our lovely kitchen. I hope you all like it. We got a little milkshake going on in the background, so super excited to be here. Mike, I'm so happy to connect. This first of all, we'll jump into the questions in a minute, but I just want to say, I'm here in New York City. You're in London. But with the power of technology, we're here together at this table, and I think it's super cool that we could do these things and have these conversations, whether in person or virtual. So I appreciate you
Oh,
being
for
here with me.
sure. Thanks so much, Ben. I've been on 20,000 Zoom calls, but it's always magical when it feels like you're actually sitting next to each other on this virtual kitchen table. So I love that little
Absolutely.
experience. It feels like nearly like in real life, right? So forget.
Exactly. Maybe at some point after our conversation, someone will slide in some food that we can eat. Cool. No, I appreciate it, Mike. So I'm curious. Let's jump right into it. IntroStars is a wonderful platform helping to connect people. Help people build their personal brands, earn off referrals. It's great, and I think it's really needed, especially now more than ever. So I just wanted to start with kind of what inspired you to build this. Like, as a founder, what was your spark to this idea?
Yeah, well, I went to so many networking events, one after another, and love to talk to people. I love to meet new people, hear about their stories. And what I realized is there's such a pattern. When you talk to people, you always ask them, what are you working on? What's the latest for you? What's your priority? How could I help you? And when you ask those questions, you nearly always get the same answer, which is people are always looking for introductions, whether it's
Yep.
introductions to potential clients, to potential investors, to business partners, to other companies they want to partner with, maybe employees they want to recruit, maybe they were looking for a lover,
Yeah.
everyone's looking
Hey,
for
it's
an
still an
introduction.
introduction. It's still an
That's still an
introduction.
introduction. So it's all about people. Everything works around people. Whether you talk about business or money or startups, at the end of the day, it's still people. And so I realized very quickly that everyone's looking for introductions, and most people are happy to reward you if you make a great introduction for them.
Right.
Meaning, if you introduce them to a customer and they close a large deal for a few, tens of thousands of dollars or more, they're more than happy to give you a percentage of that as a reward. It's a very common business model. People all over the world are doing this. They pay referral commissions, introduction fees. It's very common. People have been doing this for hundreds of years. The
Right.
problem is, what I realized is a lot of this is done really based on trust. It's a gentleman's agreement. It's a bit under the table. Maybe we'll send a
Right.
bunch of emails back and forth to sign a referral agreement, or maybe not. If you make an introduction, do you do it over email, over WhatsApp, over LinkedIn? How do you remember who you introduced to whom? Now, will they remember you 6 months later? And so I realized there's lots of uncertainty there. It's really a gray area. Even though
Right.
everyone's doing it, it's a bit of a gray area. It's a bit, it's not always crystal clear. And that means there's some conflicts where people are pissed off because they didn't get paid their referral commission, or someone forgot
Right.
about them, or they made a great introduction, never got a thank you note. This happens a lot. And I met loads of people who told me this firsthand, like this has happened to them over and over again. On the other side, I've met so many people who have been very successful as introducers, earning loads and loads and loads of referral commissions. And that becomes a whole side gig, or even a full-time job where you can earn literally millions of dollars just introducing people. It is a job. And
Yeah.
so I took all of this together and I thought, if only I could build a platform to solve all of these problems. If only there was a platform out there which can track your introductions, guarantee the introducer gets rewarded on success, and make sure it's super transparent and clear for everyone out there. So that really was the basis of the idea for IntroStars, for my startup. What was really that personal experience as a super connector, super networker, going to a
Yeah.
thousand networking events. I built a pipeline of $7 million of business just networking and referring people without any cold email or cold outreach. And so I
It's
realized that
incredible.
that's where it's at. I mean, if millions of people could do this as a side
Right.
hustle, this would make the world a better place. So that's
Absolutely.
what came together.
Yeah, and even to your point, like sometimes it's just based on trust or like a gentleman's agreement. You're like not sure if you're even gonna get paid. Other times there is that trust that's there, and it is some. But if you're a super connector, you're going to all these events, it actually just becomes hard to keep track of all your introductions. It's not even about the trust anymore, but it's just about tracking who you introduce to who. Because I know you go to more events than anyone I know, and I'm second place to you. I go to a lot of events as well, but not as many as you. But we meet a lot of people every day, and there's a lot of opportunities. So it's like, unless you're like super organized and have a spreadsheet and really, which most people are just going from the events right back to their day to day, their grind. It's really hard to keep track of it all. So I think some of the magic of Introstars beyond the trust and the reputation is also just an organized way to stay on top of all this because people are busy. So, and it's hard to remember all of these. So, just that organization, I think, is really beneficial and helps a lot of people just to make sure they are getting the most value out of the relationships, whether that's monetary value or just personal branding and reputation.
Absolutely. Every time you make an introduction for someone else, you're effectively helping them. You're being a nice person. You're giving back to the community. You're helping others. And that elevates your personal brand and elevates your reputation that people remember you as the person who helped them meet great people. And so I think it's really important in this day and age of personal branding where everyone's working on their personal brand, whether it's on your LinkedIn or other socials. You want to make sure people remember you as a great person, someone who's always there to help. And I think being a great introducer is the best way to enhance your personal brand and your social proof. And so, really, it's in your best interests to be a great introducer and to make lots of introductions because this will
Yep.
help no matter what your business is in your personal business life. So, yeah, go for it. Just make more
Absolutely. Yeah.
introductions.
Yeah, that's it. So this platform really it comes down to kind of two audiences here. So you have basically the interest seekers. So, just like you, I have conversations with people at events every day, and they're saying, "Hey, I'm looking for more deals. I'm looking for investors. I'm looking for something." So people who are selling, you'll find them everywhere, right? Whether it's founders or salespeople, they're just looking for opportunities, right? So you have that group, and then you have the other group, which is just people with huge networks. They know a lot of people, they know buyers, and they know people with needs. So they're people kind of putting the puzzle pieces together. So could you share a little bit about kind of the benefits of IntroStars for both of those groups of people? Because I think it's super valuable for both of them in different ways.
Yeah, so the word intro seeker is a word I invented. It's not in the dictionary. It's just kind of it's very self-explanatory. Intro seekers are people seeking introductions, who want to receive introductions. And these are typically B2B salespeople looking for new clients, service providers looking for clients, could be startup founders looking for clients, recruiters looking for clients, property developers looking for buyers. And so really all these groups of people not only are looking to receive introductions to their ideal buyer, they're also more than happy to pay a referral commission on success, a percentage of the deal. Once the deal is done, they're happy to reward introducers. And so,
Right.
really, I would say intro seekers are people who really want to increase their lead generation. They want to get more leads, more customers, close more deals, and are happy to pay a referral commission or a success fee to the introducer. And then on the other side, you have introducers. These are people who love to make introductions. And you have some natural super connectors who do this every single day
Right.
anyway. But if anyone who's got a big network could be an introducer. You could work in sales, you could work in recruitment, you can work in real estate. All these people have massive networks and they're more than happy to connect people, but no, they love money. They want to pay their bills. They have to pay their mortgage like everyone else. So they're
Right.
thinking, I love to intro people, but if only I could actually get rewarded because again, I'm interested in money and paying my bills. And so
Yes.
really we're catering to both these audiences. And of course, most people fall on both sides. You can be an intro seeker and an introducer. And it's very common for many people to be on both sides. So the way we've designed IntroStars is that by default, when you sign up, you're automatically an introducer because anyone can be an introducer. Everyone can make a mistake.
Exactly.
And so that's the default for everyone. Everyone's just an introducer. It's completely free to sign up. 3 clicks, you're in, completely free. Start making introductions and help other people and potentially get rewarded. So that's the default. But then if you also want to receive introductions to your ideal customers, you can just click one button to post what you're looking for and therefore also become an intro seeker. So again, it's very easy. It's very simple.
That's incredible. Yeah, I love the platform. Like you click sign in with LinkedIn and you're there already. And then you see all these opportunities. Like there's a bunch of listings there. And like for those who know a lot of people, know buyers, like you have opportunities to make money from the day you sign up on the platform. And
Yeah.
then let alone building the, that trust and kind of that personal branding. So that's super valuable. And curious, I know Introstars is special, not only because it's founded by someone amazing like you, so that already makes it unique in its own, but I'm curious, based on kind of other referral platforms out there, what kind of sets Introstars apart besides the amazing people on the team and on the platform?
Now, really, the bigger picture of Introstars is our spiritual journey to help people and connect people. And the bigger picture is to connect millions and millions of people around the world. And the way to do that is to incentivize millions of people to become super connectors, to become introducers, to help millions of people build a real side hustle as an introducer. For me, that's really the game changer. This has never been done before. There are some referral platforms out there, there's a bunch of them, but most of them focus more on the intro seeker side, where it's a bunch of salespeople trying to get clients, but they don't
Right.
really focus on the introducer side, which is so much more important. It makes no sense if
Yeah.
there's not enough introducers out there. So
Yeah, then
instead
it's
of
just
having
all unbalanced at that point.
complete imbalance, because really you can have a trusted group of 100 introducers as an example who make all the introductions for everyone else, but that's very limiting. What we want to focus on is the millions and millions of introducers, because everyone on this planet can be an introducer. Everyone knows
Right.
people, whether it's people you went to school with, maybe it's your family members, people you used to work with. So everyone knows people, and read the
Yeah.
bigger picture, which sets IntroStars apart, is that really global platform of super connectors where everyone can become a super connector and opening that opportunity for millions of people. For me, that's the big picture. Now, if you look at lots of other referral platforms, their typical user journey is the intro seeker reaches out to a bunch of introducers to ask them for introductions. Say, hey, can you please introduce me to John? Hey, can you please introduce me to Sarah? And so the
Right.
issue with that is that you keep
Too
bothering people,
much, too
spamming
much
them
inbound.
completely. You keep annoying introducers, asking them for favors. There's only so many favors you can ask, right?
That's right. And then
Before
they're like,
people
all right,
start to
enough of
block
this
you, right?
med
Or
guy.
ghost
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
There's only so much goodwill you can have. And so most other platforms have that user journey where intro seekers are always asking for introductions, always asking for favors, always asking for people around them, please, 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 can you please make an introduction for me? And for me,
Right.
that is the wrong approach, because again, spamming people, annoying people all day long is not a good user journey for the introducers. So the approach I took with IntroStars is the complete opposite, 180 degrees in the other direction, where the intro seeker posts what they're looking for, but they do not bother anyone. They don't reach out to anyone. They just post what they're looking for. It's very
Right. It's
clear.
a static
This is my
feed.
reward. And then it's the introducers who can decide if it's interesting for them, and they can reach out to the introducers instead of the other way around. So that dynamic is really completely different from everything else out there. And it means that only introducers who are really serious about what they're doing and actually want to make a difference and want to make great introductions, they're the ones who have the power to initiate the conversation and not the other way around. And that's a fundamental difference, right? It's
Yeah.
fundamental. It's not a small detail. This is the whole journey of IntroStars, is to maximize the user experience of introducers to allow millions of people to become introducers. That's a game changer. That has not been done
Yeah,
before.
absolutely. It's almost like the strategy of when like with Tinder, but then when it went to Bumble, where the woman had to send the first message, right? It's like
Yes.
it's kind of that outside of the box thinking where it's like, all right, how to kind of tip the scale a little bit and put it in the direction of the other side. So I think that's super cool. And you also have there's also like the whole social proof thing, and there's a bad like I know I have my LinkedIn certification. I'm an introducer, but I definitely want to work my way up to whatever the top on his master connector
Yes.
or something
Master
because
connector.
all right, I got it. Nice, nice. So I will
Yeah.
I will be a master connector one day, but I like that social proof side of things as well.
I mean, that's really important, right? People want to elevate their personal brands on LinkedIn, which is the main tool people use for their business relationships and their business personal brand. And so lots of people say they're super connectors. They say that. But in reality, are they really? Who can tell? Because anyone can write super connector on their LinkedIn profile, but you could lie about it. Like, what does that even mean? How many introductions have you made? Do you make introductions every day, every week, every month? If you've done 3 introductions in the whole year, you can still call yourself a super connector on LinkedIn, and no one will
Yep.
know. So what I wanted to do is to create the first and only official certification for super connectors. And how does that work? It's very simple.
Right.
When you use Introstars, again, it's free to use. Every time you make introductions, you get points. And with these points, you get badges. A badge is a connector, a super connector, a master connector. And then you can publish those badges on your LinkedIn as an official LinkedIn certificate. And that means you have an official certification to tell the world you're officially a super connector or a master connector. And it's not just you bullshitting about it, it's actually true
Right. It's real.
for the real introduction you've made. And so that completely changes the game again for millions of people to build their social proof on LinkedIn with an official certificate to say, hey, guys and girls, check me out. I'm an official master connector. And that's a game changer. So
Yeah.
I think this is going to revolutionize people's personal brand for millions of people.
That's incredible, Mike. Well, listen, it's a pleasure talking. I'm very excited about this. I'm helping to take it off the ground in New York City here. So, we have a couple events coming up and very exciting times. So, everyone, if you haven't already, go to introstars.com. Make sure you sign up. You just one click through your LinkedIn profile and you're on the platform and you can start finding opportunities. So, one final question I'll leave you with here, and then we'll do our next part, maybe in outer space or on Mars or somewhere cool like that. I want a hot take from Mike. What's the biggest mistake people make when networking?
When networking, the number one mistake you have over and over again, it's people are trying to sell a product or a service. Say, hey, I sell this shiny thing. Do you want to buy it? And they go to a networking event thinking they might meet potential customers at that networking event. That's a big, big mistake. Red flag. Do not
Right.
do that under any circumstance. When you go to a networking event, you are not there to sell. You're not there to meet customers. You're there to meet people. You want to build relationships,
Relationships. Yep.
and those people could become introducers for you, and you could be an introducer for them. And that is the radical difference in your attitude and your mindset when you go to a networking event. You're there to make friends, to be nice, to make introductions for others so they can make introductions for you. And so see everyone you meet as a potential door opener, as a potential introducer, not as a potential customer. That means
Right.
you're never talking about your product or service. You talk about how you help people and how you want to help as many people as possible and see how we can help each other. That is really the mindset to have. And so that's the number one. I would say mindset, you're there to have fun, build relationships, be friendly, be likable, and see how you can help others. And that will
Right.
always be successful.
That always comes back full circle. Well, very wise words from the true master connector himself. Appreciate you taking the time, Mike, and I look forward to growing interest stars with you, buddy.
Thank you so much, Ben. Really appreciate this conversation. It was fun.
Absolutely. Have a good one.